You've seen the real estate specialist ads where a realtor advertises to specialize in a specific area. Is it BS, or is it possible for a realtor to be a specialist? The answer is probably not what you think. Hi, I'm Michael Shuster, multi-award-winning real estate specialist in the Greater Toronto Area and the surrounding suburbs. You've seen them before, bus bench ads or postcards with a realtor who claims to be a specialist. But can a realtor really specialize, or is it just BS? When it comes to a geographic area, a real estate agent can't technically specialize. They might do a lot of work in one area, so they might be very familiar with the homes or the families in that area. But thanks to the MLS and data that's readily available and other resources, if an agent is good at getting data and understanding the data and analyzing it, and they have good skills, then any good agent can apply their skills in your area. On the other hand, a realtor can be a specialist at specific skills or a unique type of client situation. So to understand this further, let's consider the definition of the word specialize. If you check the dictionary, it'll say concentrate on or become an expert on a particular subject or skill. So first, let me quickly explain why some people still think there's such a thing as an area specialist. You see, years ago in the 1970s, there was no internet. There was no MLS as we have today. In fact, real estate agents had to specialize in a certain area because they had to have specific knowledge of the homes in that area because they actually had their listings printed in a binder with them. These days, with data readily available and easily accessible, any realtor, and in fact even the market, buyers and sellers, like I said a minute ago, can have a good comprehension, and if they have good analytical skills and good marketing skills and good negotiating skills, they can get data on any area that they've never worked in before and apply those skills to get the same results for their client as they would elsewhere, or any other local agent might. Yeah, some agents are popular in an area or predominantly work in that area, but that's because they've chosen to market to that area, or they know a lot of people in that area, or they live in that area themselves. Please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying real estate agents who work predominantly in a specific geographic area or who have become popular in that area aren't good or aren't highly skilled. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is you shouldn't confuse the word specialist for someone who's popular in an area. And all the more reason to understand the word specialist if and when you might interview and hire a realtor if your situation is unique. Just to illustrate my point, I'll share two quick examples. 3 years ago, I was referred to a client selling their home in Milton, Ontario. I had never sold a home in Milton as of that time. A realtor who worked predominantly in the area of that property might have been more familiar than I was. But after about 30 minutes or so at my computer, I determined the pricing trends, the cycles, the price range, the recent comparables, and the different types of properties. The end result was I had never sold in that area before, but yet I sold my client's house for a record high price in that subdivision at the time in a multiple offer situation and got them more money than they originally told me they even hoped to get for that house. The same thing happened around the same time in Whitby, the other side of the GTA. That was the first time of many that I had the pleasure of working in Whitby. I did my homework, I did my analysis, I applied my skills, I listed the home, and I sold it in 2 days for more than the comparables in that area, and more than my client said she thought she'd get. So the point is that a real estate agent with high skills can produce the same results in an area that they haven't necessarily worked in before as an agent you might think specializes in an area. Actually, just last month, I was referred to a potential client. She told me she would consider an agent who specializes in her area. Now, admittedly, I haven't done much work in her specific community. I never wanted to be mean, but I did want to make a point that would give her something to think about. I asked her to take some time to consider one important point. I asked her, what would happen if she hired an agent who's popular in her neighborhood, but then an agent who might be highly skilled and trained at negotiating brought a buyer and made an offer on her home? And what if I could out-negotiate the local agent she hired because the local agent's popular but might not have the same skills? I asked her to consider what is more important to her, the agent who's popular in the neighborhood or who has the skills to put the most money in her pocket. And in case you're wondering, she was totally silent. which is good because it means she was thinking about it. Or in other words, she hadn't thought about it until I prompted her. Now, if you go back to the definition that I provided earlier, to specialize means to have particular skills or particular knowledge on a specific subject that others in the same profession may not have. So while realtors don't specialize in a geographic area, there are realtors who definitely specialize in particular subjects or skills or categories of real estate. So here are just some examples. There are investment property specialists. Any realtor can help you write an offer to buy an investment property, but are you buying a good investment? Ask a real estate agent who does not specialize in investment properties what a cap rate is or a gross rent multiplier is. Or can the gross rent multiplier be used to estimate the price that you should pay for an investment property? Ask a realtor who doesn't specialize in investment properties what is a cash-on-cash return? Or what would be an ideal cash-on-cash return for a property that you're thinking of buying? It doesn't mean they're a bad realtor. It means they don't specialize in investment properties while others do. There are real estate divorce specialists. Many people, including realtors, lawyers, homeowners, don't realize the many possible hurdles and obstacles that can arise when selling a matrimonial home by definition in a divorce scenario. In fact, depending on the situation and circumstances, there are different ways to market the property, stage the property, show the property to potential buyers. Other systems in place with the staff, in my office for example, to ensure a fair and equal treatment to both sellers, both spouses, and ensure a smooth and successful sale. At this time, very few realtors have the specialized knowledge and training as a real estate divorce specialist, but that's going to change because it's becoming more and more popular. And of course, luxury real estate specialists. It's safe to say that any experienced or successful realtor can sell a property in the entry-level price range. But not all realtors can have the knowledge and experience and skill to market and sell multi-million-dollar luxury real estate. For more on this category, be sure to check out my post called Can All Realtors Do the Same Thing? And let's not forget relocation specialists. There are realtors who specialize in a niche market, such as professional athletes or actors or corporate executives who are relocating due to employment. All of these types of buyers have unique requirements and circumstances. I've worked with some actors working in Toronto temporarily and some pro athletes that have been traded here, and they have very unique requirements and circumstances. So they need a realtor who knows those unique requirements and can provide solutions and full services to meet their unique needs. So if you want to know more about realtors who specialize in certain aspects of real estate, or you have unique circumstances yourself, just let me know. I'm happy to answer your questions. And remember, when it comes to real estate or anything else in life, if there was a better way, wouldn't you at least want to know about it? Just email me with any questions you might have, or if you'd like to set up a time to talk, Mike@TheREguy.ca. It's always strictly confidential, never any pressure or obligation. I just love to talk about real estate and I love to help. Thanks for watching.